back, singles, Pisces. Let's get into a reading. So I did one the other day, and I felt like it was very specific just because it was 3 different people coming in. So I want to try a different one today. Now, I am seeing that for a lot of you, you've learned a lesson here recently. It's like, been there, done that, ain't doing it again. I'm also seeing that there's an awareness that you're going to take it slow with future partners or the next person that comes towards you, okay? Just a friendly reminder, Patreon and channel members get to see these readings first. I'll also have my website down below in case you need anything from me. This is the only way that you can get things from me. I'm sorry for the zooming that my camera might do. It's really dark out today. So let's get the overall energy for you. Apology. You're going to hear an apology. For a lot of you, it's going to be coming from a divine counterpart or someone you classify as your twin flame. There will be obstacles here though, okay? So this had come up in the last one. If any of you are attached to a twin flame and you're like, girl, I know that that's my twin flame. Perfect. That person could be coming back. That person will be coming towards you. You guys are going to spend some time together. And I think that there's going to be an awareness, okay, there isn't necessarily movement forward here. But what I'm getting is that there's not going to be a big fallout. For you, if this resonates with you, I think there's going to be a mutual agreement. This ain't working. I love you, you love me, but we can't do this. And there's obviously a reason why this isn't working. So you are going to be getting an apology from someone that you classify as a divine counterpart. You guys are going to try to maybe make it work out, but it's not going to work out, okay? Yeah. But I am seeing that there again could be some sense of stability that's going to be built. So I do feel like this is someone where it's like we come back in each other's life, we break up. We come back in each other's life, we break up. But I'm not getting like a struggle love type of breakup. It's an energy of we grow, we evolve. Sorry, my throat went out. We take some time apart. We grow and evolve. We take some time apart. So be aware. What was the past energy for you in love? This person, whoever this is that's coming in to apologize to you, could have recently dug up some things that they didn't want to see, feel, or acknowledge. Okay, there could have been something here that you couldn't see clearly in the past when it comes to love. It could have been that someone was very guarded, someone was very wounded. It could have been something that you didn't see in the past that led to a lot of anxiety, worry, and stress. Yeah. But there could have been an information type of aspect here. So you could have learned something about what you want, what it looks like, where you can get it. Examples like that, where it's like, I can't see clearly. Oh, I can see clearly now. Give me past energy for love. Yeah. And then an ending could have happened. Some of you, there was someone who only wanted you for passion and passion only. And communication could have helped you see something clearly. And it's like maybe you didn't want to acknowledge it. Maybe you wanted to ignore it. You didn't want that to be reality. But whether or not we want something to be reality doesn't really matter. Reality's reality. So I feel like there's something here where you didn't want to see someone clearly. You now see them clearly after some sense of communication, and it could have resulted in an ending, which is then going to have them approaching you and saying, listen, that's not how I should have approached you. That's not how, yeah, because this person's burdened. So this person has a lot of love and care for you, and they're wanting to reach out to you and be like, hey, how have you been? They've been waiting though. They've been waiting. They've been procrastinating, putting it off. I'll reach out to you, just not today. I'll reach out to you, just not today. Okay. Who and what are you leaving behind? The Chariot. Yeah, you're moving very quickly. Some of you could literally be moving. You could be leaving a Cancer behind. You're leaving behind someone where maybe there was quick movement, but it then could have resulted in conflict, disagreement, drama, triggers, competition that then could have resulted in healing needing to take place. In that healing, you could have reevaluated your belief systems, what you value, what's morally correct for you, and what you want in a relationship. Some of you could have even recognized that you don't want a relationship, that what wish fulfillment looks like is getting to a place of peace and moving on from something. And maybe it's indulging in yourself, being able to shop when you want to, being able to go buy a part for that truck whenever you want to, without having to answer to someone. That could be for some of you. But again, you are leaving something behind that triggered you into healing deeper. And that deep healing really made you reevaluate where you stood, what you stood for, who you were, who did you come off as? Because I can sit here all day and tell you who I am, but your perspective of me might be different. You might be like, well, that's not who she is. Well, an opinion's everybody's got one. Like, okay. Lessons you learned from the past connections and dynamics. Interesting, I'm hearing that song, I Can't Do This Anymore. I don't know that song. You could have learned. Give me something. What is this? Because that's a matching energy. Yeah, you could have gotten truth and clarity. There's 3 people here. There's 3 people here. There's disappointment. There are people that you've dealt with where you see everything clearly. What is it that you're seeing clearly? I feel, yeah, you could have once been stuck. You could have once needed to change your perspective or your view. I feel like these are different partners. There's an inquisitive energy on your part, okay? There could be an energy here where one of the lessons that you've learned is showing up for people in a way, a form, or a fashion that they don't necessarily deserve. Because I am seeing you showing up as a very stable, consistent, nurturing energy. And I'm seeing people show up in a form or a fashion where it's like, well, it's me and mine. I'm part of a pack, but you're not part of that pack. There could have been a very rigid energy when it come from love towards you. Now, these people could have been very stable and grounded and balanced and logical in their own life. But when it come to you and the dynamic with them, there could have been a very overgiving, loyal, grounded energy that come from you that was not needed, okay? And there could have been an energy where you learned when to hold them, when to fold them. And there could have been an energy here as well where you had to go back and do a lot of inquisitive energy on why you would hold things when you should have folded them, whether these were people, places, and things. And I do feel like in that inquisitive energy, there's been a lot of knowledge that's come in from that. Give me more for lessons that you've learned. Yeah. There's a lot of people here. A lot of people. There could have even been an energy here where you're learning not to wait. Yeah. That waiting only adds to confusion, illusion. You could be waiting for your ships to come in for some sort of cycle here. It's like, well, I'm ready for the next chapter, the next page, the next jump. But right now, the next page, chapter, jump could be around your stability, your home, your finances, something of that sort. It might not be an actual union. Some of you, it's an energy of if you're single and you've not had people in your energy or going for your attention, that might not be what your priority should be right now. It should be your home, your family, your stability. Maybe this is saving to be able to build a house and you need to build it by yourself so nobody will be in your ear and be like, no, you should do this, because y'all might be separating in the next year and you don't want to be looking around that house and being like, God, I can't stand her. God, I hate him. It's like the reason that everything is unfolding so slowly is because there are things that you don't see, things that are going to serve you in the future. And I feel like if you got what you wanted right now, there would be regrets attached to that, okay? So again, I see you waiting. I see you having a lot of options. Maybe these are people wanting to talk to you. Maybe this is just you being like, I'm super confused. One minute someone's into me, the next minute they aren't. There is a lot of confusing energy around you, but I feel like that's one of the lessons that you've learned, is that if someone's confusing, that's an answer within itself. If there's an illusion intact, there you go. There's your answer. There's an illusion. We're not at a magic show. Hard pass. So I do feel like there's been a lot of people that you've learned lessons from. There's been a lot of people that maybe you haven't wanted to let go, that you've needed to let go, but it's really helped shift your mindset, your view, and what makes sense to you. And again, that is a lesson, because there could be someone in your life right now that would be there if you wouldn't have learned that lesson. If you wouldn't have learned not to deal with that, you could have someone named Roger in your living room right now getting on your nerves. Yeah. But see, I feel like the confusion, the illusion, the options, everything that doesn't seem like it's figured out or it's calm, it's like, I don't get it. I don't get why this isn't working. I don't get why I can't see clearly. I don't get why there's confusion, because it's working for you. It's working for you. There's justice happening here. So there is movement taking place in your love life, even when you don't see it. Okay? And for a lot of you, if you feel like you don't have options, or if you have a lot of options, that's also being taken care of or managed. It's like, if you don't feel like you have a lot of options, you do have options. They might just be in your request box, and they're in your request box because that isn't someone you need to be messing with. So we're going to put it in your request box. It's like, when you think that you're missing out on things, know that there's maybe something better for you. Here's an example. Let's say that you want to go to a concert tonight, and there are so many delays and everything's happening, and you're like, what the hell is happening? Why is this not working out for me? Well, maybe, just maybe, there's a delay because there's something better. You're going to get there at a certain time. You're going to run into someone, and guess what? You're now invited to the VIP after party. You would have never got invited to that had this worked out the way that it did, but it did. That's what I'm getting here, okay? How are potential suitors or others seeing you? They see you as someone who is consistent. They see you as someone who waters flowers and they grow. They see you as someone who is very stable, but you move slowly. So they see you as someone who's stable, grounded, someone who's willing to take a leap or a risk if there's major change and transformation involved. People could even be seeing you as someone who has some sense of like legacy, security, finances. I don't want to say that they see you as a baller, but they see you as someone who can go up in Walmart and buy bread, and it don't matter if it's $2 or $5, you got to get the bread. That's the way that your energy is. You're someone who works hard. You're someone who's consistent. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. If you say, hey, I'm going to water those flowers, you don't got to call me. I'm going to be there. That's your energy. They see you as someone who's really stable, grounded. They see you as someone who's learned a lesson around maybe family, friends, or some sort of third party situation. Listening to your intuition about something that wounded you. Yeah, again, could be something that you hoped or wished for, something that was an indulgence, wish fulfillment, some sense of discontentment that could have come out of it. So others could be seeing you as someone who didn't get your way, you didn't get what you wanted, you're discontent with what you didn't get, but you could be seeing, man, I'm discontent, but if it was meant for me to have it, I would have it. It's obviously not worth it. That could be how people are viewing you. And it has something to do with someone that you once wanted. Someone that you could be, I just heard low-key addicted to is what I heard. Whoever that person is, they're going to be reaching out at you, towards you, after some sense of like seasons and years with good communication. There's some sort of bond that you two have that I feel like is hard to let go of. That's hard to let go of. Why do I feel like that doesn't sound right? Interesting. That could be how others are seeing you. Someone who's having a hard time letting it go, you're letting it go, but then this could be that person where it's like, we date, we're off. We're dating, we're off. We're dating, we're off. Well, people are acknowledging that there is a hot and cold, push and pull, we're together, we're not together type of energy. But that you could be really defeated because maybe you wanted something more, you hoped, you wished for something more, and it's not happening. So you're discontent. But they could also see this person as someone who's also addicted to you. This person has major squirrel energy. It's interesting because whoever this is going to want to chat with you and give to you, but when it comes to actual movement forward, they block. So a potential suitor, which I feel like is the one who's going to come in and apologize, they're going to come in and apologize and say, but yeah, I want to give, I want to receive. I feel like this could be an energy of you guys going out, but then it doesn't go any further than that. Yeah, let's go out, let's spend some time together. But then when it comes to actual movement forward, like, well, let's talk about the future. Let's talk about, no, let's not. Let's say we did and let's don't. That's this person's energy. Interesting. What is the type of person that you're attracting right now? Now, here's the thing. Who's meant to come towards you is going to come towards you. And this divine counterpart, twin flame person, I feel like has showed up the past few months. So for some of you, this person's in a defeated state where they can't take action right now, is what I just heard. But for some of you, they've yet to come forward, which is why it keeps showing up. The type of partner you're attracting right now, someone who's stable. Whoa. The type of partner you're attracting right now is someone who's stable, someone who has something to offer, someone who's consistent. This person's going to come in divine timing. There's going to be a leap or a risk taken. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of passion. Again, this person's going to be very stable, very grounded, very abundant. And I even think you're going to want to create with this person. But again, there is a little bit of defeated or guarded energy when it comes to building something, doing a lot of self-reflection. Some of you are scared to be left out in the cold. Some of you are scared of being abandoned. Some of you are scared of being everything that this person wants and then them leaving. Some of you have got some sense of trauma energy from dealing with people who have squirrel-like energies. What do I mean by that? That's a scattered energy. It's like, I'm going to go over here. Oh, squirrel, going over here. You could have dealt with lovers like that, where it's like, well, one day they know what they want, the next day they don't. And there could be self-reflection that you want to match someone's energy, but you're scared that one day they're going to wake up and be like, well, just kidding. I'm getting so hot all of a sudden. Interesting. The pressure is on. I don't know how that's a strength. What they're saying is that a strength is how you're in some sense of a self-imposed prison when it comes to having a practical and logical mindset. So, okay, that does make sense. So one of the strengths that you have is not approaching love from a very practical and logical standpoint. You have the ability to be patient, to take a step back, to say, okay, is this my ship coming in or is this a waste of my time? What is this? What does this look like for me and where is this going? So that is a strength. But you could feel like it's a weakness. You could feel like it lacks strength because when you should make a choice, you feel like you don't. When you should look at it from a practical and logical standpoint, you feel like you don't. What is a weakness that you bring? I'm having a hard time picking it up. And a weakness is maybe some sort of fantasy. With the star, there's a dreaming, a wishing, a hoping energy. Yeah. So a weakness could be an indecisive. I'm telling you, oh my God, I just bit my lip. I'm telling you, there's an indecisive energy. You could be having a hard time. It's like you get stuck one moment, then you change your perspective. You could be having a hard time getting through the unknown Be careful of getting wrapped up in a fantasy and the fantasy not being able to be played out in real life, okay? Because I am seeing an indecisive energy. There could be a little bit of like, but this is how I want someone to step up. They're not, you gotta go. Why are you expecting them to step up in that exact format or in that exact way? Are you expecting them to lick a wound that you have? Are you expecting them to acknowledge a trauma that you have? When we expect people to say certain things, to show up in a certain way, to do A, B, C, or D exactly how we imagine, we can set ourselves up for failure. So I am getting that one of your weaknesses could be, yes, you're really hopeful and you're wishing for that happily ever after, but you need to be very aware that you can set yourself up for failure if you expect something to be happily ever after. Because realistically, nothing's ever happy forever. It takes work, it takes consistency, it takes effort. And there's going to be times where you're going to have to step back and go, okay, so I don't like the way this is making me feel. Why is that? What do I need to do? How can I handle this? So that could be a weakness. And this might be something inside of you that you don't even recognize, is that you do have the tendency, for some of you, to maybe go based off what movies look like, what people are telling you. You know, our friends and our family members can sit here all day and tell us about their love story and tell us how everything's worked out. But the things that they tend to not tell you are all the times where they hated each other, all the times where they're fighting with one another and it's so cold and eerie in the house because there's a lot of tension and there's just a lot of like, well, I don't like you, you don't like me, I ain't talking to you right now, you ain't talking to me. There's nothing worse than that. But I feel like if you're not careful, you're not going to necessarily see reality. You're going to get hung up in what could be, what should be, what might be, what needs to be, instead of really looking at it from face value and saying, okay, this is a learning moment. What are we learning? Maybe I need to talk to you in a different way. It isn't what I'm saying, it's how I'm saying it. Now, for some of you, a weakness that you have is your tendency to say yes to things that you don't want to say yes to because of the moon. These could be people, these could be places, this could be things, but be aware that you might have the tendency to make yourself stuck or stagnant because you're unsure. Should I say yes to this? Should I say no? I'm going to be honest with you. If it ain't a hell yeah, it's a hell no, period. If you meet someone and you're not like, hell yeah, guess what? It's a hell no. Be also aware that you could have a mindset around effort, time, and dedication that's also not serving your connections. So again, that's an energy of, this is what I need you to do. This is how I need you to show up. This is what I need you to say. And if you're not doing it, it's a problem. This is toxic. This is struggle love. That could be a weakness as well. Instead of looking at it from a different perspective, from a broader perspective, you're looking at it from a, you didn't make me happy, go f*** yourself. And that could be a problem as well. So be aware. Again, some of you are going to be like, no, that's not me. This could be something that you don't see or that you don't want to recognize. So let's see. Who are you going to next? Who is going to be the next partner for you? I want to know the next partner for you that you're going to. Oh my gosh, you're going to have to make a final decision about someone you've walked away from. So there you go. You're going to have to make a final decision about someone you've walked away from. Yeah. Will there be success and victory? I think for a lot of you, you're going to recognize there's not success and victory. And then that's going to allow you to get out of a place of indecisiveness. Almost said indecisiveness and say, nope, this is my path. This is where I'm going. I know as I know as I know. And a lot of you, you're going to allow yourself to get to a fulfilling place within yourself by yourself. So you're going to have to completely close a door on someone and say, no, this isn't successful. This isn't victorious. This isn't what I want. Be, again, aware of being too rigid, okay? because you could be blocking yourself off from something that will be amazing, but you could also be protecting yourself from something that's trash. So you have to use your own discernment. But whatever that decision is, whatever that final call is, it's going to have you no longer questioning where you're going or where you want to go. And then you're going to make a choice very quickly. It's going to take a lot of strength and courage for you to make this choice. It could even put, you know, it's interesting because for some of you, you're going to have to go through another season of healing. And I know you don't want to hear that. But for some of you, you're going to be brought someone back. You're going to be brought someone back. Does that make sense? They're going to bring someone back. And you're going to make a final decision. There's no more opening this door. There's no more entertaining this. And once you do, it's going to make you feel emotionally void. It could even make you feel emotional. And it's going to make you find yourself again on a deeper level. It's like, I don't have no more healing to do. I can't find myself any deeper. Bet. Yes, you can. That's what Spirit's saying. And then you're really going to start putting the effort, the time into yourself. Okay. So I see you closing the door on this person. Then 8 days, 8 weeks. I feel like 8 weeks or 8 months is going to pass. And then something's going to come in. Something that's fair, something that's just. It's going to be someone who, yeah, because you're no longer going to be stuck. You're no longer going to allow something to keep you stuck or stagnant. And then you're going to make a choice after a time of healing on what collaboration looks like. A lot of you are going to find yourself in dynamics where there are going to be deep friendships, family members, things like that is where you're going to find your happiness and your joy again. You can find yourself chilling with your neighbors. You're going to find happiness and joy in the people that you already have around you. Okay, so it's like stepping stones. You're going to completely let someone go. You're going to get to another stepping stone of, okay, let me get myself emotionally right again because thank you so much for fucking me up again. Fucking me up. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. And then you're going to heal a little bit more. And then you're going to find joy and happiness in not what you're missing. It's like, I'm not missing anything. I have everything that I want and I need. There's going to be, again, a deeper healing. Purging of sadness and disappointment. You could find yourself still in a nostalgic energy where it's like, damn, I really wish that could have worked out different. This person will continue to spy on you though. Whoever you're leaving behind, you're going to someone who matches you better. This person's going to be truthful and honest with you. Yeah, so it could take some time before you're willing to open yourself up to investments, to someone new, to something more. But I'm seeing that once you're ready, you're ready. There's no holding you back. I do see that you, so we were talking about the evolving. We were talking about you finding happiness in things that aren't necessarily like lovers. And then you're going to have to conquer a nostalgic energy where you're going to think about the past and it isn't going to hurt as bad as it used to. It's going to get a little bit easier, okay? Then after some sense of seasons or maybe a few years, you're going to then start getting back out there, maybe joining dating sites, flirting with people. I'm not seeing anything crazy. It's not like you're going to go from, hey, I'm at the pool, let me go jump off in the deep end. No, you're going to be walking in that pool. You ain't jumping in nothing. But you are thinking more about investments. You're like, okay, I'm ready to get back out there. And the reason you're ready to get back out there is because you have fully conquered what you've needed to conquer. You know who you are. You know what you want. You know what you have to offer. You know what your boundaries are, what they look like. And the part of you that used to maybe sacrifice your boundaries or reevaluate your boundaries for other people, that part of you's dead. It ain't happening no more. And that is when you're going to be brought not only to a deeper understanding of yourself, you're going to love yourself on a deeper level, you're going to appreciate yourself on a deeper level, you're going to see yourself on a deeper level, but that's when they're going to bring you someone that you've waited on. And I feel like it's going to be hidden from you. So this person could be in your environment and you not notice them, you not see them, you not... Because with the moon, I feel like it's something that's hidden. Something that isn't what it seems. And then when this person approaches you, you're going to have to make the choice on whether or not you want to allow them into your life. I do think there's going to be a part of you where you're going to be like, do I want to deal with this? I feel like you're just over love. I'm hearing the song, I've given up on love because love's given up on me. Yeah. So it's like when this person finally, I feel like it's a new person, finally comes in and it's like, finally, there's going to be a part of you that's like, but do I actually want this? You could put off making a choice on whether or not you accept their offer. You could even act like there isn't a choice to be made. You could be like, nah, there ain't nothing here. But it could be a part of you that's ignoring what you know to be true because you don't want to feel that Five of Pentacles again. What's the Five of Pentacles? Feeling left out, feeling abandoned, feeling sad, feeling rejected, feeling alone, whatever that looks like for you, okay? So what's the qualities? I don't know why I'm picking up these. Of the person that you're going to be going to. What's the qualities of the person that you're going to be going to? Sudden wake-up call. There's going to be an energy shift. Opened. Generosity. Receiving. Giving. This person could like to give you gifts. This person is very open. I'm seeing a lot of success here. Being open to receiving something. So this person's going to come out of nowhere. This energy shift's going to come out of nowhere. You're going to be given an opportunity to open yourself up to a successful venture where you can give and receive. You could be at a place of recharging, or you could be at a place of wanting time alone when it happens. Whoever the stalemate is that you had in your life, that person could be going through unforeseen changes. That person could be moving, relocating, traveling. I'm seeing 888. I'm also seeing Leo and A. That person is a mess. Like, seriously. I could not imagine. They're an avoidant personality. When they're at crossroads or when there are choices that need to be made, they avoid doing that. They have the tendency to hold their patterns. They only care about their security, whatever that security looks like. They have major trust issues. They have mood swings, conflict. They have the tendency to sabotage as well. Their heart chakra is really blocked as well. This person is a deceptive individual though. And again, there will be some sort of karmic completion that will result in success. Whoever that person is, their life is going to get harder, is what I'm getting. It's going to get harder for them. Yeah, broken promises, emotional letdown. See, that's what I'm saying. Someone here has emotionally let you down. Give me something for the new person, though. And you're going to get an apology for that. So whoever the new person is, they're not a faker. They're very genuine. They don't care about keeping up with appearances, anything like that. Again, I'm seeing some sort of aligned union with this new person. I'm seeing you walking your path, living in your purpose. Again, whoever this person is, I'm telling you as I tell you as I tell you, whoever this past person is, I don't care how set in their ways they are, how many mood swings they have, what they think they know, when they think they right. That person has some sense of like, I will always admire you from afar, but I can't do this. That's how this person thinks. They have the tendency to cover up lies, not tell the truth. They have anger problems. This person could play with people's emotions and be a little manipulative. It's like, I'm hearing Demi Lovato, text on red, and it ain't no accident, boy ain't gonna ask again, now you got me in my head. See, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that energy from this person. This person could have the tendency to play games. And I feel like you don't know why, but I feel like it's because that person, that's what they're feeling on the inside. Internally, they're feeling chaos. So they are putting that externally out into their life. I think you're going to end up letting this past person go, which is very interesting. They're going to come in, there's going to be some sort of mingling, and then there's going to be a completion of, I've got to let this go. You have continued to let me down time and time and time again. This person could even make promises that they can't keep. Okay? And again, then you're going to go to someone who wants to give and receive. That person's very genuine. They are a budgeter is what I'm hearing. They love to budget. They don't really care what people think about them. It's like they don't keep up with the Joneses. They don't care about people's approval. And there's going to be some sort of like completion in that connection. Finally, is what I just heard. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to continue to let this past person back into your life for you to continue to feel broken? I did not mean to say broken. Okay, so this person can make you feel broken. Do you want to continue to let this past person back into your life for them to continue to let you down and make promises they can't keep? Sure. Because you deserve more. You deserve something that's fulfilling, where you are giving, they are giving, something that's deep, something's meaningful, something where you can grow it. You want to be able to grow something. Some of you are going to get married to this new person, and it's going to be a outdoor wedding, is what I'm saying. I'm seeing like a lot of leaves and like flowers, and just they're showing me, what are the crowns where they do like twigs and flowers, and that's what I'm seeing, and like bracelets, and I don't know what any of that's called. It's giving me like boho vibes. That's what I'm thinking about. So yeah, very interesting. So you still have a cycle that you have to decide, okay, am I completely done? And once you decide whether or not you're completely done, it's going to line you up with someone who's able to be more genuine, because they know what they want. They know what they can offer. You can't build with someone who is lost and confused and unsure and guarded and defensive. You can't. They could even be guarded and defensive about completing a cycle. Here's the thing. Do you really want to drag your future husband, future wife into the courthouse to get your document? Because that's the energy I'm getting with this past person. It's like you got to drag them to the next step, to the next place in this connection. Is that the kind of connection that you want? I feel like everything's unfolding in divine timing, and I feel like your intuition is telling you that the person who's rejecting you, in a sense, is not the person you're meant to marry. There are unhealed wounds that are blocking movement forward. Unhealed wounds on their part, okay? Unhealed wounds on their part. That person's going to want to work less and work on this connection with you, but I am seeing that that connection could, again, be very passionate, but that's it. I don't feel like there is a mutual foundation. It's like the things that they like, you don't like. The way that you show up, they don't show up the same way. You guys are so different, and they, again, have so many unhealed wounds that it's really hard to figure it out. But I do think that you guys are going to try. And then it's going to be like, okay, well, we tried. It didn't work. And then you're going to move on to someone new that's going to feel complete. It's going to feel secure. It's going to feel lasting. And again, that person's going to open up to you, whoever that new person is, and let you know that they want some sort of opportunity with you. And they want to be really generous with you. So for a lot of you, I feel like this was a two-person reading again. So maybe you need to hear this. I don't know. But there's a reason this one come out. So I'm going to leave this here because I think my readings are getting longer and longer and longer. Oh my goodness. Have a blessed day, guys.